Well, it's officially been 24 hours, and I can't get any of the songs out of my head. Yes, of course I'm talking about Rocketman, the all-new Elton John biopic, just hit theaters this weekend, but let's see what I thought of it. Rocketman! So the film, starring Taron Egerton, Richard Madden, and Jamie Bell, follows the life of Elton John and the struggles that he faced along the way. You know, I feel this movie is really important because no matter who you are, what age you are, where you're from, Elton John has probably connected with you in some way, shape, or form in your life. For me personally, I grew up watching reruns of The Muppet Show, and I loved the episode with Elton John singing Crocodile Rock with his big thing, that, you know what I mean. And watching the Bob the Builder Christmas special where he also sang Crocodile Rock, that quickly became a favorite of mine. And growing up, listening to his greatest hits albums, singing his songs my whole life, I felt it was really important that I see this movie because of the importance that he had in my life. So here's what I thought of it. I honestly love this movie so much, and I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about it. We'll start right with Taron Egerton. He kills it in this role. I think he was honestly meant to play Elton John. If you've done any research into interviews, you know that Egerton and Elton John worked together in Kingsman, and then after Egerton's performance in singing I'm Still Standing, Elton John hired him on to play himself. And his performance was amazing. It was honest, it was real. The guy can sing too. And then there's Jamie Bell's character of Bernie Taupin, who provides an amazing contrast in showing how their lives differed when they became famous. And this isn't your typical biopic. This movie has characters breaking out into song and dance numbers every 10 minutes. And it's amazing. It's really refreshing to see this kind of stuff. It was kind of like watching a musical on stage, and I wouldn't be surprised if this movie gets adapted for on stage. But just hearing Elton John's greatest hits, from Your Song to Tiny Dancer to Bitch Is Back to Crocodile Rock, and this amazing dance number to Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, just blows me away, honestly. This movie was fun, fantastic. This movie was a fun fantasy biopic that we can all get behind. But the best part about this movie was how honest it was. If you follow Elton John on social media, or if you've read any interviews with him, you know how honest he wanted this movie to be, showing his life and all the struggles behind it as clearly as he remembers it. Some scenes of this movie don't depict Elton John in the most flattering light, but he made it a point of being honest. Elton John's made a point of saying, this is my life, this is how I lived it, I didn't have a PG-13 rating, so neither should that. And, I think all biopics need to learn a lesson from this, or really just Bohemian Rhapsody, because that movie was trash. Because I like this movie so much, there wasn't really much that I didn't like, just one small thing. This movie does a great job at highlighting Elton John's personal struggles through life, but it doesn't accurately depict his career. Rolling Stone actually made an article about this, saying that a lot of the events between 1975 and 1990 were kind of mushed together and dramatized just for the film, which isn't completely a bad thing, but if you are going into this movie wondering a little more about Elton John's career like I was, you'll be a little disappointed in how inaccurately it's depicted. You don't see a lot of behind the scenes stuff, you see a lot of his home and personal life. But in reality, we all know that one movie can't cover everything, and this movie does a great job at highlighting his personal struggle. And also, throughout this film, there's no concept of time. You don't have a little bar saying it's 1975 or whatever. You just have to kind of rely on your knowledge of the clothing of that time period and kind of guess what time it is. So I wish they showed the time frames a little better, just so that audiences could understand a little more about his life. So overall, what do I have to give this movie? I'm gonna have to give this one an 8.2. I thought it was an amazing and honest depiction of his life, but not only that, this was a fun fantasy musical biopic. This movie allows you to escape from your daily life, which all movies really should do. It's fun with all the singing and dancing, it's sad with all the personal struggles he went through, but Elton John must eventually shed his past and embrace his current self, so that he can be the legend that he's become today. As I said earlier, no matter who you are, Elton John's probably had some impact on your life, and that's why you should go see this movie. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. If you like this video, make sure to like it, and also subscribe to my channel for more regular content. And today I'm wondering, if there could be a biopic made about anyone, who would you like to see it made on? For me personally, I'd like to see an Anthony Kiedis one based off the Scar Tissue book, but that's just me. And as always, let me know what you thought of this movie. I love keeping the conversation going in the comments. That's it for me for this episode. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time.